What if you could get more of the Jimmy and Nath Show with Emma? You can with the podcast. Thanks to What If. You're only a what if away from great holidays. What if? It's Aussie for travel.
Welcome to the podcast, guys. Hey. How you doing?
So I got into a fight with a bloke. Disagreement.
Fisticuffs?
No, disagreement.
You fighting people again.
So I go to Coles for the shop last night. We had a pineapple chicken stir fry, which was delicious.
Yeah, that's like a Hawaiian style.
Yeah, Charlotte found the recipe on TikTok. And we made it.
That's where my wife gets all her recipes from, TikTok.
Yeah, it was like a stir fry, but it had rice, it had chicken, it had capsicums, pineapple, coriander, crushed cashews, like a sweet chili jam. You also added a Thai red curry into it.
Okay.
A few elements.
It was
but when you stir fry, it's very quick. You just chuck everything in and it just tastes so good.
Chuck it in, stirred around, a lot of fresh veggies. Felt very... When you eat something, you feel healthy.
Same as us.
Anyway, so I was at Coles getting that, but when I walked out, there's a new phone store there. And I don't know if you guys remember, I had a big crack on my screen.
You mean like a phone repairer guy?
Yeah, phone repairer
like with
guy.
The screens and the
stuff,
covers and stuff? Yeah.
So I had a big crack on my phone. I dropped it when I was at the Super Bowl, and it's been a while.
Jeez, that's taking you a while.
Yeah.
And my partner hates it because I'll show her a video or something, and she goes,
The crack.
"Get rid of that." Anyway, so I go in. I was like, "Oh, might as well two birds, one stone." This is brand new shop right next to the Coles. So I go in. He fixes it. And he's got my phone. He goes, "You're going to pay for the screen." And I go, "Yeah, can I have my phone back?" And he goes, "Yeah, you can have it back when you pay." So I go,
He held you at ransom.
yeah. But the thing was,
Pay pass, man.
yeah, I needed it for PayPass.
Yeah.
And he looked at me and he goes, "Oh, we don't usually, I keep," because he goes, "You could run away." And I was like, "I'm not really."
Also, look at me. I'm not that quick.
I was like, "No, really, like you could get away from it."
Yeah.
Anyway, he goes, "Oh," and so I had the Coles bag of our dinner, and I went, "How about I put the Coles bag down?"
Yeah.
That's the
That's the collateral.
That's the collateral. So
That's the guarantee. That's
it's like a hostage negotiation.
Negotiation.
If you let two out, keep a few in there.
So I put the bag on the counter. I didn't think he was going to touch it. He took the bag over to his side.
Stop
you
it.
kidding?
Did you
No.
pretend to run away?
No,
Tell
I
me
should
you
have.
pretended to
I was
run
just
away.
like, this guy's taking his job far too
So you've
seriously
got
for a $40 screen repair.
So all your stir fry stuff, he's
now on the counter
He's now
side.
taken that as collateral.
Hands the phone back. I unlock it with my face for
Yeah.
PayPass, and then he puts it into the machine. Deep tap. Hands back the grocery. I go, "Thanks, mate."
How many people have run away after getting their phone screen
It just
repaired?
opened. You know where the Coles is near our house?
Yeah.
Right near yours. It's right
Okay.
next to it at the entry now. It's brand new. So how many people have run away and it's been open like a day?
It's not a petrol
you run away?
station.
Oh, I owe that bloke a lot of money. Enjoy the podcast. You can argue your way to a share of 50K, of course, in our couple courtroom, todayfm.com.au to be a part of it. Just like our latest couple from Parramatta, Alana. She's absolutely had it with her partner Lorenzo's over-the-top Italian mother. Doing everything for him, Lorenzo thinks she's not appreciative. Something or someone has to give, and this is where we're up to.
Yesterday, we met our next couple to enter the 50K couple courtroom. Alana.
Hi, I'm Alana. I'm 40 years old and I'm a horticulturist in Western Sydney. Lorenzo and I have been together for 17 years, though we're not married. We do have two beautiful boys.
And Lorenzo.
My name is Lorenzo. I'm 40 years old. I'm a chef by trade. Now I run my own lawnmowing gig. Lana and I met about 20 years ago around the restaurants in Church Street, Parramatta, and now we're looking at getting married. My mum and I are very close. I'm considered to be a mama's boy, and I'm ready to take on Lana in any argument she throws at me.
And Alana isn't happy with Lorenzo's mother always being at the house. We heard Alana's opening argument.
She's here all the time. She's just a bit overbearing. She's lovely, but she just needs to step back a bit.
But what Alana said next left us shocked.
She folds my underwear.
Hang on.
We then heard from Lorenzo.
Alana complains a lot to me, but however, she doesn't complain when, meals are cooked and she comes home and everything's done for her.
And things finished off a little tense between this couple.
I have to be honest, I'm trying to have a skinny girl summer and she cooks a lot of pasta.
So Alana, what you're saying is if she was making healthy meals, it wouldn't be a drama anymore?
I don't think she knows how.
Insulting her cooking.
Order! Good heavens! Okay.
This is a spicy meatball.
Up next, we have our first official expert witness on the show for our 50K couple courtroom. She's a real housewife of Sydney. She's an over-the-top mum. Her name is Krissy Marsh. She's weighing in to give some key evidence on this case next. That's right, Sydney. You can argue your way to a share of 50K todayfm.com.au in our couple courtroom, just like our latest couple, Jim, from Parramatta. Alana, she's had it. She's over it with her partner Lorenzo's over-the-top Italian mother doing everything for him. Lorenzo, however, thinks that Alana is not appreciative of his mum, who comes in and bakes stuff and cooks stuff and looks after the kids.
She folds the undies too.
Yes.
She's just always
irons
there.
the undies.
Yes, does all these things. So Lorenzo's like, what are you complaining about? This is the issue that we're addressing in the couple courtroom.
Yeah, so I thought I'd get a little guest on the show to get their opinion on the matter.
Oh, an expert witness.
Yeah, an expert witness joining us. Please get the round of applause ready for a woman who first captured our hearts on The Real Housewives of Sydney, where her bold personality, quick wit, and unapologetic authenticity made her an instant standout. She's also a successful real estate entrepreneur, having built and sold her own commercial property firm. Beyond the boardroom, she's a proud mother of 3 and a passionate home cook, which inspired the Real Krissy Marsh cookbook. Believe it or not, it's Krissy Marsh! Hi, Krissy!
Jeez, guys, I'm loving that rap. Absolutely loving it.
Krissy, welcome to the show. You are officially the first expert witness in our latest case in the couple courtroom. Now, it's good to know that you are a mum. Would you consider yourself an over-the-top mum, an overbearing mum, Krissy?
Look, I don't think at all, but I'm really, really strict on manners. I'm really, really strict on the things that count, especially when I've got 2 boys and a girl. Never brought up a girly girl. She's very much, power for the women. But this Alana sounds like a whinging sack to me. I mean, come on. At the end of the day, any help that you get when you're a mum, you should be bloody appreciative.
Yeah.
And poor Lorenzo, I mean, I'm sure she's cooking these amazing meals. Well, you know what, Alana? Leave it to your own devices and try bringing up the kids on your own, and then that'll be something.
Oh, spicy.
Krissy, do you think there's a point, though, where it's like a little bit too much, that her presence is felt a little bit too much?
Look, I lived in Italy. I went out with an Italian guy. You've got to understand the culture. She didn't marry Paul from down the street. She married Lorenzo.
Yeah.
She knew what she was marrying, like... Mi dispiace per Lorenzo. Allora.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't know what you said, but it sounded Italian.
So I said, I feel sorry for Lorenzo.
Krissy,
She didn't marry Paul. She knew what she was marrying into. Like, you marry into an ethnic culture, you should be very, very lucky. They value family. They value everything that's important in life.
Yeah.
And, so you've got to take the good with the bad. You can't marry Lorenzo and expect to, not have someone that's going to come into your life and want to cook. I mean, she's got to embrace it a little bit more and maybe just set some boundaries.
Yeah, well, okay, I'm glad you mentioned that, Krissy, like setting boundaries. What conversations can you have? What can she say to the Italian stepmom?
Yeah, good.
Well, she might just be able to say, well, she's not a stepmom, is she?
No,
mother-in-law. The mother-in-law. Look, I think the best advice, is just not to go through Lorenzo. Come on, woman to woman. Man up, honey, and just say, look, you know what, can you let me know when you're arriving, other than, I don't know whether she's got a key, that sort of thing, setting those little boundaries like that. But look, at the end of the day, any help you can get with your children, and those children are going to benefit from having that older generation, the strict guidelines, the strict rules. Everyone's too much free give these days. Oh, kids can do anything. I mean, these kids screaming in the supermarket aisles, it's like, for God's sakes, can't you hear your child? Shut them up.
Yeah, shut up.
So, Krissy, what you're saying is that in this couple courtroom situation, Alana should be talking to the mum and not putting pressure on Lorenzo to do the talking to the mum.
Totally. Exactly. And you know what? At the end of the day, I think, my kids would shut up for, if I'm in the car doing a deal and, running my business, they need to have guidelines and boundaries. And you might say to her, look, rather than 3 days a week, I need to know, I need to be a little bit more organized. Maybe you can tell me what days you're coming. Make it work. Alana's got to make it work for her. And it might be that, she gets 2 hours off and she goes out and, does her own thing. Like, don't be resenting this woman in your life. Actually embrace it and make it evolve and turn it into your favor.
This is
And
interesting.
leave Paul Lorenzo out of it. He just loves his mum. And
good on you, Krissy.
blokes don't get anything, I'm sorry. Like, as if Lorenzo's going to understand.
Yeah.
He just loves his mum. And, I think I look at Billy and, his girlfriend, and, like, I embraced her as much as as anyone. And yeah, I'm sure she probably thinks I'm overbearing, but you know, you've got to make it work for all of you.
Krissy, I'm in love with you.
Blokes don't get anything, Krissy. A true word has never been spoken.
Krissy, okay, before we do let you go, the mum comes in and she folds Alana's underwear.
Lucky her, she can come to mine after. I love a pair of folded undies. I'd actually prefer if she irons them as well.
Oh, perfect. There you go.
Yeah, don't have crinkled undies.
Krissy Marsh, thank you so much. You're an absolute superstar. There's a new cookbook as well, guys, the Real Krissy Marsh cookbook. It's available now. Go and get it. Krissy, thank you very much for being
Thanks, guys.
Our expert witness in the couple courtroom.
Ciao. Ci vediamo tutti.
Now, Jim M, there's something special I wanted to bring up because May it's a really important month for not just myself, but you know my beautiful wife. It's actually Cystic Fibrosis Awareness Month. Now, if you don't know, my beautiful wife Meg, been married for over a year now. She suffers from cystic fibrosis, and she's actually here to tell us a little bit more about it for CF Awareness Month. My beautiful wife, Meg. Hello.
Hi, Meg. Finally in person.
Finally,
not just calling me from a block number.
In my defence, it's not normally me. It's the team doing it without my permission, because most of the time it's to stitch me up.
More often than not, when Meg's involved in the show, Nath said something that's a lie. Meg texts in and says, Nath, I need you to issue a retraction and an apology.
Okay, Meg, let's talk about CF. So for those of you who don't know what cystic fibrosis is, can you just let me know what CF actually is?
Yeah, so cystic fibrosis, or CF for short, primarily affects your lungs and digestive system. So over time, your lungs do deteriorate. You can get a lot of chest infections, and you have to manage that with daily antibiotics or medication, physiotherapy, medical treatment. So it can vary from person to person, and obviously it can affect people in different ways and affect other organs of the body as well. But it is, primarily the lungs and the digestive system that are impacted the most.
Specifically, Meg, how does CF impact you?
Yeah, so for me, it's been my lungs that have been the most impacted by CF. So on a daily basis, I do regular medication and a physiotherapy routine every morning, every night. So some days can take up to 2 hours, 3 hours of my day. Wow. And I also do an hour's worth of exercise every day because I find that that's what helps me, particularly with my lungs.
You said that it affects your lungs the most. How does it feel to breathe every day?
It's so funny because for me, it feels normal, but I realise that that's probably not what everyone else feels like when they breathe. So the best kind of comparison would be like breathing through a straw. Is what other people would compare it to. Okay. Obviously, there's been a lot of advances in medication. So with more recent medication like Trikafta, it has made breathing a lot easier for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. I think as well, Meg, when people Google CF, it still comes up very short life expectancy.
Yeah.
Obviously, you mentioned it there, though, Trikafta has helped so many people, and it's also looks like it's increasing life expectancy as well. Can you just talk on that and sort of explain? Because if people are listening now, they go, what's CF? And they Google and go, hang on, the life expectancies.
Yeah, it's a nasty Google. The first thing you said when we started dating was, I've got cystic fibrosis. And I said, does that mean you have a sore back? And she goes, no, and don't Google it. Let me tell you what it is. Yeah.
But obviously, with Trikafta, it has had such a big impact for a lot of people. Unfortunately, not everyone is eligible for Trikafta, and it's not a cure by any means, but it has had a huge impact on daily management and the life expectancy. Life expectancy used to be a really hard conversation for a lot of people because it used to be, late 30s, sometimes early 40s. But with Trikafta, it's come a long way. And for some people, it's 50s, 60s, or, life expectancy isn't even a conversation that a lot of people need to have at the moment anymore, which is wonderful news.
And Meg, as somebody who's been, for lack of a better term, a pin-up girl for CF here in Australia, CF awareness, it's all about, being aware of what is an invisible condition. What's the biggest thing you want people to take away from CF awareness?
Yeah, I definitely agree. It is an invisible condition. It's definitely what's happening on the inside. So, you can be getting chronic infections, you can have fatigue, you can have a lot of internal issues that you'll be battling on a daily basis that no one can see. So CF Awareness Month is about raising awareness for, CF, but also helping breaking down those barriers that people might not understand.
Yeah, people look at me and Meg and think I'm the one who's got a condition.
Just from your behaviour.
Just from the way you act. All right, Meg, before we do let you go, there was something you brought up before about the straw, and I believe there's a challenge you want the three of us to do.
Yes, the straw challenge. So the challenge will be you guys walking up a flight of stairs, but breathing only through a straw, and that will kind of replicate what it's like for someone with CF on a daily basis.
Okay, all right. So we'll have it. So essentially how it works is, we'll have a straw in our mouth. Our noses will be pegged or held essentially. And I reckon we're at level 15 here, so I reckon we try and do about 5 flights of stairs together. And she's laughing.
But I want to make it harder. Nath, will you carry me at the same time?
Yes,
Or a
Jim
piggyback.
will absolutely carry you. All right, we're going to have a crack at the straw challenge. Meg, thank you very much. Massive round of applause. We appreciate everything that you do for CF. You're an absolute inspiration. You know all this. I've said it to you a million times. You're probably like, shut up, Nath, do the challenge.
You're getting emotional too.
I
I
always
can see
get
your
it.
eyes get all glassy.
I'm a sook. All right, let's see how we went competing in Meg's CF straw challenge. This is how it went down.
With some milkshake straws, it was time for the challenge.
All right, it's time for the straw challenge, guys. We're in the stairwell right now. We're going to mimic what it's like to be living with CF. So straw in your mouth, block your nose. We're going to try and do 5 flights of stairs. Meg, you're going to jump on my back.
I was like, do you need me to translate what you just said?
Yes.
They're going to try and do 5 flights of stairs.
Already struggling.
And halfway, the team were already exhausted.
All right, I need a halfway break. Oh, my God.
You start with the quick breaths and then you do like the deeper breath. You really have to really grab all the air.
All right.
The team continued the climb.
Hang on.
As they continued, you could really hear the struggle of only breathing through a straw.
I've been having to breathe in so much deeper.
Oh, this sucks.
And finally, they made it.
Oh, that's a dumb idea. These should only be for chocolate milkshakes.
Yep, those 5 flights of stairs were tough.
Shawnee B was about to pass out.
Oh, hey, Shawnee B, I didn't know you were here.
Jimmy decided to come back down and try and lift me up, and we actually almost lost him. 2 things we've learned. These are for milkshakes only, and my wife is a show-off. Yeah, that's it.
You only just learned that?
Join us next time when we climb Mount Kilimanjaro. There was something I wanted to bring up, but it's a story that has scarred me for a very long time, and it's on the topic of nudity. It happened to me when I was a young whippersnapper coming home from school. So essentially, Mum and Dad worked full time, and they needed a cleaner, right? So every fortnight we had a cleaner. She was a lovely Portuguese lady, and her name was Clarita, right?
This must be nice. Cleaner at home. Fancy pants.
Real bougie.
Yeah. Take that silver spoon out of your mouth before you keep telling that story.
I was a humble Sutherland Shire boy. You know,
my chauffeur had just driven me home and the cleaner was there.
That 9-bedroom mansion in Cronulla wasn't going to clean itself, you know what I mean? So Clarita would come in once a fortnight. Yeah. Now, very soon after Clarita started, me and my sister would come home from school and we realised one thing about Clarita. And this is when it was really hot because we didn't have any air conditioning, because we couldn't afford air conditioning because we had a cleaner. We would come home, right, and Clarita, she would do a lot of the cleaning with her top off. So
like in a bra?
No, buzzies out. Yeah. Buzzie's out because she thought no one was home, right? But she would also bring her little toddler son. So her toddler would sit, watch the TV on loud, but when she was vacuuming, the TV would have to be even louder so the toddler could hear the TV.
Yes.
She'd be vacuuming, Buzzie's out. Now, we unfortunately discovered that a few times. So much so that we were so scarred for it. Every time we got home from school, because there was stairs, me and my sister would be banging on the stairs to make her realise that we were home and she could put the Buzzies away.
So did anyone have a problem with the Buzzies being out?
Well, there was
no, because Nath, and his sister went to his dad and went, Dad, and he goes, son, we pay extra for that.
Like Clarita with the Buzzies out. Because there was a few times we'd come upstairs, she goes, oh, I'm so sorry. And she'd pull the shirt down, right?
Okay.
And so because she'd pull the shirt down, so we'd be like, okay, look, if we make the noise, she'll know that we're coming home so we don't see the Buzzies, right? So that would happen all the time. We'd make the
It's
noise.
one of the lamest things you've ever said, by the way. I would have been stoked. Me and my mates would come home from school every day and be like, we'd be sneaking up the stairs, me and my friends.
Should we have another gather at Nate's house?
I think we should go to Nate's house again, guys. I don't know what it is, but I really love the Nesquik there.
So every time we'd come up, we'd try and make the noise so she'd, cover the Buzzies.
Yeah.
Now, this one particular time, right, same thing, the vacuum's going, TV's on loud, toddler's watching, right? Yeah. And so we're like, we're making the noise, Clarita's there, we're going to bang on the thing so she puts the Buzzies.
Yeah.
Puts the Buzzies away. Anyway, so we get upstairs. Yeah. Toddler sit there watching the TV. Yeah. No Clarita. Where's Clarita? What's she doing? We can hear the vacuum going, but we can't see Clarita.
Vacuum's on.
Vacuum's
Kids on the couch. So Clarita's
kids watching the couch.
definitely there.
Where the hell's Clarita?
Where's Clarita?
She's
Where
definitely
are
there.
the buzzies?
But where's Clarita? What's going on? Where's the buzzies? So we're like, what's going on? I turn the TV down and I just hear this, help, help. Help! And I go, oh no, Clarita's in trouble. This is the true story.
How old are you at this time?
I'm probably 11.
Oh my God, it's like right around lots of wet dreams and many things happening.
This is a true story. And we walk around the corner. Help, help. I'm stuck in the closet. I'm stuck.
With the vacuum
So
cleaner?
Mum and Dad had this closet, but it was broken on the inside. So it was like a big closet. So she was vacuuming in there, but there's no, if it's like one of those automatic shut ones. So it's like on a roll and
This
it
is
shuts.
like a horror movie
But you
when you
can't-
hide in the closet and then you can't get out.
So you can't open it from the inside, right? So she's like, help, help, I'm in the closet. We're like, oh my God, Clarita's in the closet. And so we're like, oh my God, help. We're like, Clarita, you're in the closet. She goes, yes. We open it. She's dead.
Buzzies. In your face. They would have been legit like eye level too as well at 11 years old.
But the best is she comes, thank you so much. Big hug. Oh, she's been my cleaner ever since. Unbelievable. 131060. 131060. Jump on the phones right now. What do you do in the nude?
So she cleans in the nude, but like she was working and cleaning in the nude.
Yeah. She loved it.
Or top off.
Because it was so hot, Buzzy's out, she needed to cool down. So 131060. I
Depends
get
on
it.
it.
Yeah.
Depends.
What, 131060. What do you do in the nude? What do you do in the nude, Sarah?
I'm a bit of a nature person myself, not unlike Jimmy. I'd actually go out in the rain when it's storming and do a bit of a cleanse.
Nude.
Nudie.
So
Yes.
when it's raining, storming, you're outside full stark.
I'm in the backyard and so are my kids. Half the time they're on the trampoline doing it.
So they're nude. So just a family of
It's
nude.
very invigorating. Yes, it's really invigorating. As soon as it starts storming, the kids are like, Mum, can we go outside? I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah, it's like skinny. If you go skinny dipping, you guys been skinny dipping before? It gets in places that you everything like down there is all covered, and all of a sudden you can feel everething everywhere.
Yeah, but
Very invigorating.
in the rain isn't skinny dipping. No, that's just.
Well, technically,
Yeah.
there's water, you're nude.
What are you worried about? A lightning bolt will get your bits.
Just being skinny.
Well,
No,
it's not pierced
I'm
anymore.
good.
Oh. There's no more conducting. Big Benny. Hello, Big Ben. What do you do in the nude, Big Benny?
Well, I'm always in wintertime doing less sports and outdoors less. I mean, inside more. So, gardening in the wintertime. Got to get out, get some sun, get out the hoe in the garden, work on the herbs, keep things spicy in the kitchen.
So is this like a bit of like vitamin D sort of action?
Exactly. And there's high fences, don't have to worry about the neighbours looking over the fence.
Right. Okay. So you're getting
nude
into
gardening.
You're getting into the agapanthus and all that kind of stuff, and you're full out. Like little Ben's out, Big Ben.
Absolutely. Nothing too prickly in my garden, luckily.
Well, but don't you worry about garden spiders? If you're doing like a squat and you're like doing what you do with the soil, what if a spider jumps out and gets you on the bits?
It's fine as long as I've got an all over tan. That's all I care about.
Okay.
Oh, you get a nice tan.
I tan, yeah. It's true. Sometimes I take my shirt off. I still have pants on.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Do you know what I'm saying? Like that would be a genuine fear if I was like gardening naked.
I'm not
What's
scared.
going to crawl on me?
Spiders are more scared of you than you are of them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, especially when they get stuck in your bits. Help! Lisa, what are you doing the nude?
Well, it's not actually me. It's my 72-year-old mother. She hangs the washing on the line naked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
where does she live?
We live in another area.
What if you could get more of the Jimmy and Nath Show with Emma? You can with the podcast. Thanks to What If. You're only a what if away from great holidays. What if? It's Aussie for travel.